How's it going? Go jump right in and work on building a health / damage system. Got started a little late this morning, or this afternoon, so just gonna hop in. Alright, so gonna go into our links. I'm gonna add a let's see. I'll make a script. We'll call it health. Alright, health. So we're gonna have an export var max health. That'll be an int. And we're gonna also have current health. So it's gonna be an int, and we're gonna have we're gonna have a boolean for is vulnerable, or is invulnerable, which will be false by default. We are also gonna have invulnerability time, which is gonna be a float. We're gonna set equal to 3. And gonna have a take damage function, and then we're also going to have a heal. And I'm gonna have a signal called health reached 0. Time for ads. back from ads. I just added some parameters, arguments, whatever, to these functions. So we can say if is invulnerable. We'll say if not is invulnerable. Current health minus equals damage amount. And then we say if current health is less than 0, less than equal to 0. Health reach 0 dot emit. Gotta indent that and that there. And then for heal, we'll have current health plus equals heal amount if current health is greater than max health, current health equals max health. Cool. We do need to somewhere in here handle the invulnerability. We don't need process because we're not going to be updating this every frame. We do in this ready function. We want to set current health equal to max health. Some other things we'll probably want in the future, but I'm not going to worry about right now, is damage types and other effects. So, for example, like if you touch fire, you should take damage, but you should also catch on fire. Or if you take damage from an electrical enemy, you should get stunned, or stuff like that. Let's see. And then we'll have a separate we'll have a separate script for handling the UI for displaying the health. Yeah. So let's add. It's just gonna be a node. We'll call it health, and we add our health script to it. Cool. And we should probably give a default max health and health. Well, we don't actually need to worry about health because it'll get set in the ready function, which for clarity's sake, I'm going to move up here. I like the initialization to be at the top. That's just a code style thing. So I'm gonna set it to 12 because in Zelda games, your health is represented with quarter hearts. And you start off with 3 hearts, so you would have basically 12 HP because each heart is divided into 4. So if I run the main scene, we get an error. Why do we get an error? Did I not save something in here? Alright, we got a camera rig. What did I not like about this? Oh, it's because I tried to play it from the wrong scene. Anyway, so if I make this remote instead of local, I can look at the health. Current health is 12. Max health is 12. So now I need to make something that actually damages the player. So, let's see. I'm gonna open up my generic adventure game model file in Blender, and I think I have one that's just like a row of spikes, which I think is a good. Maybe I don't. I thought I did. Oh, that's easy enough to model. Alright. Don't see that. Alright, so we're gonna make a couple different things that will be able to damage the player. I'm gonna add a cone. We'll make it 8-sided. I'll make the base, the radius will be 0.5, so it'll be 1 unit across. Let's bring it up by 1. By 2 actually. Nope, that's the wrong. I just want. I wish the origin wasn't in the center. We'll set this to let's see. So let's get. I think that's a good size. Yeah, that'll be good. Let's hide links. Put the cone outside of that. Alright, I'm going to edit mode. And I'm gonna put the cursor set the origin so it's there, and that way I can array it using the array modifier. So that way I don't have to place a whole bunch of them. So we'll do alright, let's space these out. And then duplicate it, but this one will be what? There we go. Those look sharp. There's a good hazard. And then I think I also want to have like a blade trap. Something that can move. So I can do some stuff where like if it detects a character, then move an object. So I will go ahead and export this. No. We'll call this, we only want selected objects. We do want to apply modifiers. We'll call it spikes. Oops. I do not need a duplicate copy of my VTuber running. Hopefully that doesn't actually open. All right. Oh yeah, this should be an int, not a float. I probably want something in the character controller that will disable the input and play a death animation when the health reaches 0. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I'll say var is alive equals true. I guess I'll tag it as a boolean just to make sure. And then we'll say if not is alive, and that should make it so it will not read these inputs and move the character when it doesn't have any health. And then we also want to have a function called die. And we will say is alive is false, and then animation player dot play die, and then we have a death animation that I need to hook into our animation player. Maybe. Hello. Import. Oh, okay. I did. Gonna rename it. And is this actually hooked into the animation player? Death. Call it die. So there's our die. So now we can go in here. We have this health reached 0. So we can just hook this to die. There we go. And so now we have this showing that we have a signal that is hooked to a function. So when health reaches 0, call die on links. Cool. Spikes. Looking real spiky. Actually, we're gonna make a scene that has the spikes in it. New scene. It will be a static body. We'll add a, or actually no, it should be an area 3D, not a static body. No, not save and close, just close. Scene, new scene. Area 3D. And then we'll add the spikes to the area 3D. And then add a child node, collision shape 3D. This will be a box. Node. So, we're gonna make a script. Yo, how's it going? I have started building a, it's good. I'm working on a damage system. I didn't actually save this. And we need to add a script to it as well. So I'll rename this to spikes. And we'll add a script. We'll call this damage area. We don't need these. Thank you for the save reminder. I will save this scene as spikes. All right. So, area bodies have they have a body entered event that they fire. So we'll have a export var damage amount type int, and we'll set equal to 4. So it'll do a full heart worth of damage. All right, let's see. Oh, we do need something in this function. So we say if body is I can't remember how to do this in Godot. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Node get child node by type. Let's see. There's just some Godot things that I'm not used to yet. I know I've done this before. I just can't remember the syntax exactly. Yeah, like Godot is cool. GDScript syntax and API, I don't know it super well. Oh, yeah, I could just check. Do it, it's cool. So, I completely forgot that Godot has a getting started your first 3D game. Yeah. Killing the player. Hitbox. Alright, body entered. Hit, not emit. Body entered. Oh, just because it's the default. You have to download a separate version of Godot to get the C# stuff, I think. I might be wrong. They might have it now where the .NET stuff is integrated, but when I first started messing around with it, they were separate. Let's see. Like I would probably be a little bit faster if I was using C#, but they're still just yeah. See, they have there's the Godot engine and there's the Godot engine.net. And the .NET one's the one that can do C#. I think the .NET one can also do GDScript, so I probably should be using that one. It's just I just downloaded the first link. When they update to a newer version, I'll probably mess around with the .NET stuff. Alright. It's like there's a few different ways I could be handling this. Like I could why is my rig being so silly? I could store a reference to the health script on the player controller. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think GDScript is going anywhere. I don't think they're gonna get rid of it. Because there's enough people that use it. They like it. Ooh, thanks for the raid, Spammy Lammy. Hello, how's it going? Welcome. I'm Grizhoot the Owlbear. I'm playing around with Godot, learning how to do some stuff. Hi Juno. Hi Eli. It's Godot and well. So I'm doing, ooh, I'm floofed. Thanks for the floof. Welcome. So I'm doing a master study of Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, trying to recreate the gameplay mechanics and art style. Oh, thanks. I hope you enjoy the vibes here. We try to keep it chill with chill game dev streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So yeah, I'm building a little third-person Zelda-style game in Godot to learn and practice. I've done a lot of stuff in Unity in the past. I used to work on VR games, but now I am a solo indie dev, and I'm working on. I recently finished a replay of Wind Waker that I streamed here on Saturdays. I finished it this past Saturday, and I was like, it would be really cool to try to rebuild some of the art and mechanics of Wind Waker in Godot as just like a learning project. And so this is my little guy. He's using Mixamo animations right now. I built him in Blender, referencing the actual model of Link from Wind Waker. Let's see. Yeah, so it's been great. I've been learning a ton. Like, we learned some fun stuff about how they did the textures of Link. So like his texture is, yeah, his proportions are a little whack. Like his legs are really short, his arms are really long. It looks really funny because the animations that I'm currently using, yeah, he's given coded. That's good. Yeah, so the animations I'm using, they're mocapped, so they're kind of like realistic humanoid proportions. Yeah, I like the brown sleeves. That's the one when I play Toon Link in Smash, I always use the brown sleeve one. But yeah, it's cool to see how they did like Link's textures and stuff. They kind of just like his hands, they're just kind of shoved in this corner over here, and like his ears are just using this really low resolution chunk. And so yeah, I did a similar thing. This isn't like the final version of the character, this was just to mess around. So I have this color grid that I've been using So the way that I've done my textures is I take a chunk of the geometry and I kind of stretch it across a transition of color, and that gives me like a free gradient. It's kind of a fun little cheat that you can do. But yeah, I kind of just UV'd them by just grabbing the different sections and shoving them into different solid colors. Like his head's here. His nose, the bottom of his nose is here, so I get a little shadow, little fake shadow under his nose. And like his the boots, they're mostly stretched across, so I get a gradient. But then I took this one section here, and I put it here, so it kind of has that fake gradient to get some like fake shading, where in the original Wind Waker one they actually painted some shadow, and they've done all sorts of fun tricks where they like the end of his sleeve here. His sleeve is stretched really far, and he's got like a little bit of shading here and a little bit of shading here. But the way that they stretch out those geometry across that texture, it fades really nicely. So it's a cool way to get a lot of mileage out of a really small resolution. And we also looked at some environment stuff. So I built a couple different textures. So I have like this tile and grass texture, and I have a path that's sort of what we call like a trim sheet. So it's basically a path that tiles horizontally, painted over top of the tile and grass. And then I also did a circular path, which is, the same kind of thing, where it's the tile and grass with a circle painted on it. But then the way that you lay out the geometry, it's kind of a mess, but you can kind of see I've laid the geometry in such a way that we have this path that can curve and branch, and I can keep the textures really low resolution. And I learned some of that from noclip.website, which is a great resource if you're learning game dev. I highly recommend checking this out. But we were looking at this, so you can kind of see I'm doing a similar thing to what they're doing right here. I can let's see, render hacks. Yeah, it's noclip.website. They have a whole bunch of games, and so you can look at all sorts of different environments, and you can kind of see some of the tricks that they did. So they used some vertex color painting, which I haven't done yet in my thing. So you can disable objects, which will disable any of the interactive or dynamic things. You can turn off the textures, so you only see the vertex colors. So they did a lot with painting in fake shadows on the low resolution geometry. It's really neat. You can see how low res a lot of the geometry is. It's kind of interesting that some of these trees are different. I don't know why that is. Oh, okay. I guess it just didn't get them all. Any off-screen ones? I don't know. Anyway, we were working in Godot just now, building a health system so I can have my character take damage. And I built this cool little camera rig that lets you rotate around the character, and the movement is relative to the camera. So like, you know, if I move the camera over here and I press right, he moves camera right. So it's really similar to how they do the camera in Wind Waker. So the way that I built my camera, it's a little funky. I have multiple paths that the camera rig is on. So I have like this nested hierarchy. So I have this circular path that that this arc follows. So I can, let's see. Alright, get some food, Spammy Lammy. Thank you for the raid so much. Have a great rest of your day. Hope your food is delicious. Alright, I'm just gonna not save it. Have a good lurky lurk. Alright, so just going through some of the health and damage stuff. So I have this health script. So Wind Waker and Zelda games in general, aside from like the original and Zelda 2, you have hearts for that represent your health. And each heart is divided into 4 quarters. And when you take damage, your health is really represented by a number that's divisible by 4. So when you have 3 hearts, you really have 12 HP. It just is visible as 3 full hearts. And so I have this simple function, take damage. It checks to see if you're not invulnerable. We reduce your current health by the damage amount. And after taking that damage, if your health is less than or equal to 0, then we emit this signal called health reached 0. And in our player controller, we have this die function that is hooked up to that, let's see. It's hooked up to the health reach 0. And it sets is alive to false, which just makes it so you can't move around after you've died. And it also will play a death animation. Let's see. I'll play this death animation. But I have to... So since I'm so used to doing stuff in Unity, there's just some Godot things that I'm trying to relearn. So I need to figure out how to send a signal from this on body entered to the health that's attached to my character. I have not found the best way to do that yet. I can keep going for about another 30 minutes. I know it's a little bit of a shorter stream than I normally do, but I got a late start. not know what RIDs are? That's like a unique identifier. Resource ID. Interesting. Let's see. Let's just say body.get children. I'll say I don't know how for loops work in GDScript. How do I call this function? Alright, so we can say if c dot is or dot get type. No. Oh, we can just say if c dot is health. Sorry about that. My dog Thorin says hi. Let's see. Take damage. Does that work? Can find type health in current scope. Oh, I think I have to say does that work? Or is it just is that it? Okay. That was convoluted, but I think, yeah, I think that should work. All right, so now if I go back here, I play, and I look at my remote scene, I can look at my health. No, I didn't put the spikes in the scene. I thought I did. Alright. Spikes. There you go. Some spikes. So now I can look at health. Can walk around. I take damage. Cool. I'm dead now. So something's not quite working because it shouldn't continue damaging me after I reach 0. And then that is alive is false. But I didn't play. Oh, okay. I think I just need to return instead of pass. Yeah, there we go. I died. Cool. So I can make a health UI script. No, it's probably gonna be a child of this health here. But I'll make a new scene. It'll be a 2D scene. Call it health UI. So we'll need some graphics. Let's see. Actually, I think the Kenny assets have a heart UI. Let's see. UI pack. Let's see if we can find what we're looking for. UI. So there's like health bars, but I'm not seeing a heart icon. But actually, I think before we start making icons, we probably just should have the number on screen. So we'll just have a label. So we'll have a quadrantese work again. Okay. Okay, so we can just grab it in the as soon as the thing loads, and then we'll say update health. And then we'll say that we need current max, and we'll see health. Health text.text is equal to current plus slash plus max. All right. Is there a toString? Let's see. Okay. Wait, can I do, let's see. I don't know if that'll work. Yeah, how do they do it in the demo? Heads up display, score link. Script formatting string. Okay. We can do format string. So we can do %s Does that work? Didn't look quite the way it does in the documentation, but oh, I can just do D and then the number. Now in our health script, we need an update. Signal. Signal update health. I think that's let's see. Health dot emit current and max. Same thing here. Okay, I think I want here, I think if I say if I do that. Okay, yeah. I So now it should pass those along. And if I put my health UI underneath here, I should be able to health UI, update health, and just connect that. And now I go back to this. Yeah, 12 out of 12, 8 out of 12, 4 out of 12, 0 out of 12. Cool. We have health working. Okay, I probably should rename these since Max has a built-in thing. Does this work? Yes. And why didn't that? Oh, I should hit replace all. There we go. Cool. So we'll go through and replace the UI with actual hearts on Tuesday, I think. I'm gonna take Saturday off from streaming since I finished Wind Waker. I'm not ready to jump into another game, and I want to do some other stuff on Saturday. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Wow, we got 3 spammers today. Yeah, so I will be back on Tuesday next week with more Wind Waker Master Studies, and we'll go ahead and raid Playframe. He's about to do the Elite Four in Pokemon Emerald, I think. So yeah, we'll go say hi to Playframe, and have a good weekend, y'all. Bye.